So, hello and welcome to another vlog episode 29. I'm in Zurich now, it's 3:30. I'll work for an hour here in a coffee shop and then meet a friend I know from university who works over here, somewhere here, up here. And then I go back there to the Impact Hub, to a voice meetup. Maybe you know the page, meetup.com, where you can find meetups of people who are interested in certain topics. And I'm going to a voice meetup, so everything which is about the voice world, like Alexa, Google Home. So I think this is going to be interesting. I'm actually thinking about ordering an Alexa or a Google Home, maybe both, I don't know, just to test it, because as I always say, you don't have to be a full expert in it, but to have a judgment, at least try it out. Perfekt, danke mal. Voice meeting or voice meetup is finished. Still heavy snowfall here in Zurich. I'm in Zurich now, it's Tuesday. The voice meetup was super interesting, had some good talks. Just had a call now with someone whose boss was there at the event and called me for his article in like a finance magazine. And I had some really good insights because I've never really thought about voice and looked into that, and I think it's really going to be a big topic in the future. I'm going now to the train station because there's the Au Première, that's the location for the event I'm hosting with Chris Debner. We'll have a talk about HR, next gen, and some lunch and some networking, so it's going to be super interesting, hopefully. So I still have a half an hour to go. Let me maybe talk about 3 main takeaways I had yesterday from this voice meetup. First of all, I think the thinking of that we were adapting to computers during the last 50, 60 years, and now we will move into a time where computers will adapt to humans thanks to AI, machine learning, voice, and all the new technologies. That's super interesting in my opinion. The second takeaway is definitely that the usage of, or let's say the ownership of a smart speaker at home is super low. It's around 1% compared to 21 or 22% in the USA, which also means that the diffusion of the new technology of voice is relying on that to be higher, and also on the company side, that companies or brands start to using and creating voice interfaces or voice skills for those certain devices or platforms. I think brands of Switzerland, they should start creating those voice skills so that more customers will use that. Third takeaway is, and I think that's also super interesting, is this whole recognition of your voice, which could be used as an authorization or identification, like bank or insurance or just logins per se, where they say they need at least a 10-second span of your voice that where you would talk into the device, and then the device would identify you not 100%, but clearly that it is you. So you don't need a login or like a password. And just by the way, it's super random to talk in public to the camera and people walking around here. And by the way, thank you very much to Silvan for organizing and hosting this whole event. It was super cool.
The C-Suite Challenge 2019 just came out last week. What they do, they interview like 2,000 CEOs, CHROs, CFOs, the whole C-level globally, and they find out what are their key internal biggest concerns and also what are their external biggest concerns. The biggest external concern is actually recession this year in all global areas. But the biggest internal concern for the second year in a row is actually attracting and retaining talent.
Picture of different young people in different settings, and when I ask people like, what do you think about young people, we get a lot of words we just heard from Socrates, but also like there's fitness is a big trend. Like they don't want to work anymore because they can do what they want, or do they really still know what hard work really means? Thanks very much. I have everything.
From up front,
Ja, ich habe nämlich So the talk is done. It was all with international HR managers from Zurich and around Zurich. Someone even arrived from Valais, so from the French-speaking western part. I did a talk, Chris did his part on mobility. They had to do a SWOT analysis on their companies, on young generation and future, which was super interesting. And now I'm going home, back to Nidwalden, work a little bit, meet up with Kim for an update, then go for dinner with my dad. It's his birthday today. And yeah, that should be it for today.